Hello and welcome. My name is Ali Goff. I'm the owner and founder of Goff Legal, and we are talking about Medi-Cal planning today. If you don't know what that is or how to qualify, please find one of my previous videos. This video is specifically going to talk about payback provisions and what Medi-Cal can do. If you're on Medi-Cal, how do they get paid back? Also, how do we make sure they don't get paid back if, in fact, you want to make sure that your family gets your assets? How about that? Everything I'm going to share with you is um, absolutely legal, truthful information. It is not legal advice, though. Please don't rely on it because you're going to need to speak with a professional, someone who knows Medi-Cal planning. That could be our office or someone who knows Medi-Cal or elder law is the other thing to look for, elder law planning. Um, but this is specifically the payback provisions. A lot of misconceptions. Why? Because as I explained in one of my previous videos, the laws have changed and they've changed and they keep changing and then they changed again in 2025. So now in 2026, we have different rules. So it's really important that you know the actual how the payback works. And fun fact, this is different than in other states. Some states have very different, not only qualifications, and look back periods, but they also have different payback provisions. Payback meaning, okay, let's say you're on Medi-Cal, nursing home care, the government pays for you, you paid some of it, they paid some of it, because that's how it works, share of costs. You use some of your income and they use some of, partnership here. When you're gone, they're going to say, we paid for all that stuff. We'd like to be paid back now. And your estate is either going to say, nope, you don't get it. Or guess we don't have a choice. Here's your money back. This is actually one of the easiest things to do. One of the easiest things to do is to not pay them back. Would you like to know? Can I get a yes, please? I know it's YouTube. You can't actually speak to me and I can't hear you, but I feel you. You're like, yes, please tell me, how do we avoid paying back Medi-Cal? You don't have your assets go through probate. That's it. Done. End of video. Just kidding. What does that mean? It means you need to make sure that you have a foundational estate plan set up and you have properly titled assets and proper beneficiary designations. You don't need fancy planning for this. You don't need asset protection trusts. You don't need irrevocable trust. The only thing you need to do to avoid recovery for your assets is to make sure they don't go through probate. If you have a house, it needs to be in a trust. If you have brokerage accounts, it should be in the trust or have a beneficiary designation. If you have an IRA, 401k, or retirement account, it needs to have beneficiary designations. Anything that says the estate of will go through probate and is now vulnerable to clawback. And Medi-Cal is one of the very first creditors after the IRS, the Franchise Tax Board, and the lawyers and the court fees. They're going to be one of the first creditors who's going to get paid before your family gets anything. So you need to have a foundational estate plan. Make sure before you think you're going to need it, get an estate plan done. Fun fact, we do those estate plans. Just go, hi, I want to avoid probate. And we'll go, wonderful. Here's our essentials package. Let's get you going. We're also going to give you a power of attorney and a healthcare directive, trust will, put the house in trust and fund the whole thing. That's how we do things. But recovery in California is one of the easiest things to avoid. It does take some effort. We can do it. We can help you. You can contact us. You can get more information on our website, gofflegal.com, and stay tuned for some more videos on Medi-Cal.